Okay, let's work on editing comments. So it's going to be similar to editing ideas. So let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is work on this menu here, and that's within our idea comment component. So I'm going to wrap this in an auth directive because it should only be available for anyone that's logged in, and each action will have auth as well. So let's close this, and I am logged in, so it should still show. Okay. And let's grab the menu item from here and put it in our menu here for the comment. So I believe that's in idea show, and we have edit idea here. So let's grab this. Actually, let's grab the auth as well, and we'll work on that later on. So back to idea comment. Let's put it right here as the first one. Let's re-indent, and let's get rid of the auth for now. Okay. And it's called edit comment. Okay, so that should render in our menu. There it is. So now let's go ahead and make our Livewire component to handle this functionality like we've been doing for all the other actions in our idea here. So let's do that. PHP artisan Livewire make edit comment. Okay. So as a reminder of how we communicated between modals. So for example, for editing an idea, we click on this and then another component opens here. And these are Alpine components. So let's go through that. So back to our idea show. We have edit idea. We use the click handler on Alpine. And we close the menu because this is the menu on idea show. So this menu. And then we dispatch an event using Alpine called custom show edit modal right here. And then we're listening for this event on that modal. So let's go to edit idea right here. So this is listening for that event. And when it receives that event, it opens the edit idea dialog. And we have this thing that focuses the first text area or the first input. So like I said, this is just communication between two Alpine components. And if you don't remember, if you go into our modals container, we have all of our dialogues and modals for all of the actions on our ideas here. So if you take a look at the updating of the idea or editing idea, you'll see that we're passing through an idea here. So we can do something like that, but there has to be a change here. So again, we'll take a look at the auth later on. This is going to be edit comment. And we're not editing an idea, so we don't need to pass an idea in. And we actually don't need to pass anything in at all. So for updating an idea, we already know the thing that we want to update. In this case, the idea. That's because we're on the page already. So we're on this idea, and we know we want to update it or delete it or do any other action on it in this case. But for comments, we have a whole bunch of comments for this specific idea, so we can't pass it in when we render it here. So what we want to do is, so if I just undo that, the thing we want to pass in is a comment, but that changes depending on whatever the user clicks here. So we sort of want to make a constructor, but that's going to change based on whatever comment the user clicks. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, let me remove this. We are going to set that based on whatever the user clicks. And let's go to our edit comment. And instead of a mount method, let's make a setter, which sets the comment based on whatever the user clicked in here. So if they click this, then it will set the comment to this comment, and so on and so forth for other comments here. So let's make a method called set edit comment, and it will take in a comment ID. And this will set the comment. We also need a public property for it, so let's make that as well. So let's say public, let's type hint it to a comment. Let's say comment, okay? And it's import comment. And here we can set that. So this comment is comment. Let's use find or fail and comment ID, okay? And let's just die and dump the comment ID or if it finds one. So this comment ID. Okay. So we want to call this method anytime the user clicks edit comment in one of these comments over here. Okay, so let's work on that. Back to our code. Let's go to idea comment. Actually, let's start from the menu here. So that was in idea comment. So let's open that up. And like I said earlier, we were just using Alpine before to communicate between the components, but now we want to hit a Livewire endpoint. So we can do that with events. So instead of an Alpine event, let's emit a Livewire event. So we can say livewire.emit, and let's call it set edit comment. And we have to pass in the comment ID. So we do have access to the comment within this component. For example, up here we have the actual body being rendered on the page here. So let's just pass it in directly. So let's say comment ID. So we are exposing the comment ID on the front end, which can be a security issue depending on what type of app you're building. But in this case, I think it's okay. So if you don't follow what I'm trying to say, the user can just view the source and they can see that comment ID here. So let's look for that, set edit comment. I don't think I refreshed, so let's try that again. Set edit comment. And you can see this specific comment is 491. So if it's auto incrementing, they can have an idea of how many comments are in the system. And like I said, for this type of app, it's not a big deal. However, for apps like e-commerce apps and orders, if you expose the order ID, the user can have a sense of how many orders are in the system. So in those cases, you can make use of a package like this. I've used this in the past and it works great. This hides the model ID, and you can just make use of this ID instead of the real one. But like I said, for our app, it's fine. So back to our app, we're passing in the comment ID and we're emitting this event. So we want to listen for this event. So let me grab this in our edit comment Livewire component. So let's do protected listeners equals this. Okay. And let's make a method for that. So let's say set edit comment, and the param is the comment ID. Actually, I already have that. Sorry. What am I doing here? So they're named the same. So whenever Livewire listens for this event, it will call this method. So let's see if this works. I think I have everything hooked up. And it's just dying and dumping the comment if it found it here, depending on what the user clicked. So let's try this out. Let's refresh. And let's try this one. Okay, so it does work. So this is comment 492, 493, and it looks like it works. Cool. Okay, so now we should have a comment. So let's work on the blade view. So let's go to edit comment, and this should be similar to idea or edit idea. So let's grab that. So I'm going to grab everything here, put it in edit comment, and let's make a few changes here. So this is for idea. So let's change it to the actual comment first. We don't need this. This is edit comment. Okay. Let's change this to update comment. So the action on the Livewire component. And we don't need a title. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of the error here. And we only need the text area here. Don't need to select. Okay. And we just need this text area. So let's call it body. So the comment body. And let's get rid of this required for now to make sure validation works. And this is body. Okay. So we have to make a property on our Livewire component called body. So let's do that. So edit comment. Sorry, edit comment this one. Let's make a new property here called body, public body. Okay. And whenever we're setting the comment, we want to set that property here. So this body equals the new comment we just set. So this comment body. Okay. So now after we set the comment and the body, we can emit an event from here. So this emit, let's say edit comment was set. Okay. And now back to our blade view up here, instead of responding to the Alpine event, which we're not doing anymore, so we can comment this out, we have to respond to the Livewire event. So we can do that within xinit. So it's similar to this. I thought it changes to Livewire on, which is the same thing. So let's change that. And now we just want to respond to that new event that we just created. So it's called edit comment was set. Let's grab this, let's respond to that. Oops. And whenever that happens, we can do the same thing we did before. But now we're listening for the Livewire component or the Livewire event. So let's paste that in, and this hopefully should work. We don't have this ref yet, so let's just comment that out. So let's just see if the edit comment modal opens whenever we click on a comment here. So let's click this one, and it does work. Cool. So this corresponds to this comment here. And let's see if it works for this one. So remember that text, edit comment. Okay, so it is correct. One more. Okay. Let's just make sure to focus this when it opens. So same thing, it's already in there. We just have to add the ref. So let's say edit comment, and we'll add a ref for that. So that should be this text area, and let's say xref equals edit comment. Okay. Make sure it focuses, refresh, does it focus, and it does. Cool. So now we just have to update the comment, and we already have the wire submit in place. It's called update comment. So we have to make a method on here called update comment. So let's do that. Update comment. You have to do some auth here, which we'll do in a second. Some validation. Actually, let's do that first. So this validate. And we just want rules for, so let's put it up here, protected rules. It's the same as adding comments. So say body required min 4, I believe, is what I had for adding comments. Okay. And do I have the error directive in place? Edit comment. I do right here. Okay. So let's try that out. So if we try to edit a comment but have less than 4 characters, that should be an error. So let's try that. And it does work. Cool. And we can add the browser validation back in place for required if you want. Edit comment, text area. So let's just say required here. Okay. Okay, now let's work on actually updating the comment. Pretty straightforward. So we already have the comment, so we can just set the body on that. So this comment body is this body. Okay, let's save that comment. So this comment save, and let's emit an event similar to what we've been doing for everything else. So for example here, let's grab this. Let's say emit comment was updated, and we have to listen for this event in a few places and say comment was updated. Okay. So we have to listen for this event in 2 places. So one of those places is the notification or the success message. So that's in our notification success right here. Let's add that new one. Comment was updated. Let's add that. And that should add the message, okay? And we also need to update the actual comment. So that would be on our idea comment component. And let's just grab what we have from idea comments, the listeners here. So let's grab this. Let's grab this as well, actually. And it's the same thing, but we just want to make sure that the idea refreshes when we update the comment. So let's add those listeners at least. comment was updated. So let's grab these two, comment was updated, and we just have to refresh the comment that's being passed through. So this comment, refresh. Okay, so let's see if everything works. Let's hard refresh. Let's try updating this comment here. Okay, let's say updated. Let's see if the message comes up and this actually refreshes. Okay, it does, but this modal does not close. And to fix that, I believe we have to add that event in here as well. So yeah, we have to update this one here. So this is comment was updated. And this will close the dialog for editing comments. So let's try that one more time. So let's update this one again. Actually, let's try this one. Update. And let's see if all of those things happen. Okay, so it's refreshed. The message comes up and the dialog closes. So yeah, everything is working. Let's add authorization and then we'll be done with this feature. So similar to our policies for ideas, let's create one for comments. So let's grab this. It's called comment policy and the model is comment. So comment policy model equals comment. Okay. And let's open that up. Comment policy, and it should be the update method. And it should be the same or almost the same as the idea policy. So let's grab that, update. So we only need this condition here. Comment policy, let's paste that in. User ID is equal to the comment user ID. Okay, so let's add a semicolon here and we can add authorization. So let's take a look at what we did for edit idea. Pretty much the same thing. Let's grab this. Let's go to edit comment and let's put the auth in here. So if the user is not logged in or the user cannot update the comment, then abort. Let's import this. And now we should not be able to update our comment unless we created it. So let's try this out. So I'm logged in as my admin account, so I didn't create any of these comments. So this should result in a 403. And it does, cool. So let me just add a comment here to make sure I can still edit my own comment. Okay, and we should be able to edit it still. So let's try that out. Say edit. Can I edit? I can, cool. So let's hide it from the menu if we can't even edit it. So that's simple enough. So it's an idea comment, I believe. So I think I have it in here already. Yeah, I do. Let's just put this back and let's say can update comment instead of the idea. And now it should not show up in the menu if we can't edit it. Okay, cool. But this one should show up and it does. Looks good. And I think we can add one more in our modals container. So at this point, we don't have a comment, so we can just use the auth directive here because the comment is set whenever the user clicks on edit comment for a particular comment. So we can just render it if the user is logged in. That's fine. Okay. And I think that's it. Let's just make sure that this menu does not show up when we're logged out. And it does not. Cool. So as always, let's make a commit here. This is episode 53. Git add, git commit, episode 53, edit comments.